Hello and welcome to Death of Raven Gaming. Today, as usual, we are streaming Marvel Champions LCG by Fancy Flight Game. Just gonna push away the wires there. And as usual, we're gonna randomize everything. So, let's start by just randomize which hero we're gonna play. I don't really have a preference today at all. We're gonna play Nebula. So a little bit of a newer hero, but that's perfectly fine. Which aspect are we gonna play her in? I actually only played her in Justice. So let's see if we get Justice again, or we get Aggression. Okay. So let's see here. Aggression and Aggression. But who are we going to face as Nebula? That is the big question. We are going to face Risky Buissness, which of course is Green Goblin. And Green Goblin requires standard set and one modular encounter set. So let's check the modular encounter set that's going to be joining Risky Buissness. We are playing with well, Norman Osborn has found the Infinity Gauntlet, apparently. Oof, that was a harsh randomization. Let me just find the Infinity Gauntlets. There we have it. Okay. So let's just... I'm just gonna put Norman here for us. I'm gonna put standard and expert encounter there. I'm gonna put the Infinity Gauntlets. Or actually, I'm gonna put the main scheme. And then I'm gonna put the Infinity Gauntlet over there. Which means I can have the Gauntlet, the cards there. Or the cards there, and then we can have just a discard pile next to it. And then we need Criminal Enterprise out. And yeah, that's it. So, let's start building, and I'm pretty sure he has a couple of minions, but not too bad, so we don't really have to care minion slaying. I mean, Infinity Gauntlet doesn't have anything like that. So, Nebula. Nebula on her alter ego side is Nebula. It's a 3 recovery, alter ego, outlaw. Then she has an ability called Cybernetic Upgrades. After you play a technique upgrade, draw 2 cards and limit once per round. And then hand size 6, hit points 9. And then on her hero side, she's Nebula. 2 thwart, 2 attack, 2 defense, Guardian, Combat Protocol, Force Response. After your turn begins, resolve the special ability on each technique upgrade you control, then discard each technique upgrade resolved this way. And hand size of 5. So she works around these technique upgrades. A nice little self-control, so like self-sufficient kit here. And yeah, so her signature ally is of course Gamora, who's a 3-cost ally, 2 thwart, 2 attack, 3 health, Guardian. And then after you play Gamora, not Gamora, but play Gamora, choose a technique upgrade you control, then resolve its special ability. And that is without discarding. Good thing to know. Then she has Nebula's ship as a vehicle, which is just a 2-cost support that exhausts to generate a wild resource. And then we have 2 Cutthroat Ambitions, that is 1-cost upgrades, and they are techniques. So when they're out, while Nebula is in hero form, her attacks gains piercing and overkill. And then of course, when she uses her special, she gets to remove 3 threat from a scheme. Then we have 1 copy of Evasive Maneuver, which is a 1-cost upgrade. I think Yeah, all of them are 1-cost upgrades and techniques. Well, the techniques are 1-cost upgrades. And then while in hero form, Nebula ignores the guard keyword, the patrol keyword, and the crisis icon. And then special, choose to either stun or confuse an enemy. I've noticed that the top part is usually not too important, but the bottom part is quite nice. Then we have 1 copy of Unyielding Presence, technique again, so 1-cost upgrade. While in hero form, Nebula gets +1 thwart, +1 attack, and gains Stalwart. And then special, give Nebula tough status card. It's also a really, really good technique. I'm gonna put them together. Then we have 2 copies of Weapon Master. 1-cost upgrade. While in hero form, Nebula gains Retaliate 1. And then special, deal 4 damage to an enemy. Then we have 2 copies of Wide Stance. 1-cost upgrades. While Nebula is in hero form, reduce the amount of damage it takes from each attack by 1. And then special, look at the top 3 cards of the encounter deck, discard 1 and put the others back in any order. Then we have 2 copies of Combat Ready, 0-cost event, a skill. Choose 1, shuffle up to 2 technique upgrades. Sorry, it's an alter ego action, choose 1. Shuffle up to 2 technique upgrades from your discard pile into your deck, or discard cards from the top of your deck until you discard a technique upgrade, put that upgrade into play, then resolve the special ability. Both abilities are very, very nice. And then we have 3 copies of Lethal Intent, which is X cost events. Hero action. Choose up to X technique upgrades you control or resolve each of their special abilities in the order of your choice. So it's a nice way to get some extra specials without discarding them again. And then we have our obligation. You may flip to alter ego form, the normal thing, and then choose to either exhaust your alter ego to remove info complex from the game, or choose and discard 2 technique upgrades you control. If no upgrades were discarded this way, discard gains surge. And then discard this obligation. It can be quite nasty, sadly. But let's collect all of these together, and let's start building a aggression deck. We don't have too many minions, so Angela is not gonna be that good. What do is Hercules? I'm gonna come back to allies. Actually, I'm gonna look what I want to do in with the rest here. Yeah, because once again, he only has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 out of 24. That means roughly a third. I mean, it's way less than a third. It's more like a fourth because of the standard that comes in. But a fourth is still not too... Pulling 10 cards, you should be able to pull one of them. So Angela's not too bad. And they're going to come up because Norman's not going to be a problem himself. So I'm going to not... I mean, I'm not going to take all the heroes, but I'm going to probably take Angela later. Upgrades. Let's start with some mandatory ones, aka combat training or mandatory. It's not mandatory, but it's just 2-cost upgrade, increase attack by 1. Probably going to go with attack events. I'm going to take a Martial Prowess, which is a 2-cost upgrade that you play on any player control, maximum player, and then exhaust Martial Prowess to generate a Fist resource for an attack event. Then I'm actually going to take Godslayer, 1-cost upgrade. 3-cost upgrade, sorry. Restricted, when your hero makes a basic attack against a unique enemy, which is the villain as well, exhaust gods. It's basically a +2 for attacking the villain. Especially in this one, since there's no other unique enemies in the stuff. And, yeah, no, it's... Yeah, I have to do this because I find that very, very satisfying. So it's actually law. What was I thinking? I kind of want to try... I know this is... Actually, I'm gonna remove martial prowess for now. I'm gonna try to do something I have never tried before, because I think that can be fun. I am going to try to make an aggression ally deck. That's not something I've done before. Like, specifically try and get allies out in aggression. I think that could be a, like... Oh, yeah. I think it could be a cool, like, challenge to do. So let's look at some good aggression allies. And then, of course, we have the basic ones as well. It's like, I'm going to go with Angela. What else was I thinking? It's like... Not Hercules. Sentry is really, really good. Sentry. We're gonna take She-Hulk. I know they're expensive. Hulk's good as well, but it's too risky. And then I think Marvel Boy and... Wait, no. Yeah, we have 2 Avengers here. Both of these are Guardians. We want more Avengers, I think. I think we want a semi... Yeah, here we have one. Wasp is also going to join in. Just give me a second, and we're gonna bring forth the basic allies that I think could be fun. Blade is always like just a good choice. We don't have that many minions, so Drax is a good thing. And then I'm also just gonna do Groot to be able to protect a little bit more. Where do I want Mark next? No, I don't. Okay. So, let's do Angela, Sentry, Wasp, She-Hulk, Groot, Drax, Blade. So you wonder why I want Avengers. That is a fair question. It's because I really want to see what if I can get some ass ones out. If I can try and build around that. I was gonna get to that later. But as 1 is a 2-cost event, which is to exhaust an Avenger character and a Guardian character to deal X damage to an enemy, where X is the combined attack of those characters. That attack gains overkill. I kind of want to try and see if I can... the reason why I wanted both, a good mix, is because I want to see if I can try and keep one of each out, and then just have that as like a... Like, use She-Hulk, for example, with 1 health left, and just save her there to use as 1 as many times as possible with her. So that was my plan. Thank you, Brant. It's really nice to see you in chat. You're very welcome to the stream. And yeah, so 3 as 1 is what we're gonna do. So that was the plan. I could have shared that earlier, but yeah. But otherwise, I agree. Like, doing Nowhere and Guardian allies would definitely work better. But I just wanted to try something new. So yeah, as 1, We do have an attack upgrade for allies here. We have Sidearm nowadays, which is a 1-cost upgrade attached to an ally. Maximum per ally. Attached ally gets +1 attack and attack against ranged. Just to increase a little bit of attack. And yeah. Then I also want... Wait. I actually want 2 copies of Energy Spear. 1-cost upgrade to add +2 attack. But it's only for Guardians. So I'm actually gonna throw in some honorary Guardians as well, just to be able to get as much out of people as possible. Was it something else I was thinking about? Yes, of course. I was thinking of grabbing a boot camp as well. It's just an area that gives all allies +1. So yeah, I haven't 31, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That one is not supposed to be there. Yeah, 12, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Yeah, I'm 1 out. You are supposed to be along your friends in there. And then... what was I thinking more? Yes, as I said, because I want to be able to put some energy spears on whoever I can. I'm going to throw in 2 honorary guardians, which is 0-cost upgrade, make someone a guardian, and you get +1 hit points. It's nice to get some more use of allies, and also like to be able to get an energy spear on, let's say, Sentry. And it's been I'm never among heal 2 for, I'm actually gonna throw in 2 first aids, which I've never played in a deck before. Unless like just a core set, but 1-cost heal 2 damage from any character, just to be able to heal our allies. And then I'm just gonna now choose 4 cards that I think would just work well, mate. Like, and let's see here. Lade. Yeah, no, it's I'm actually just going to get some more basic cards. Oh, of course, I'm stupid. I include these 5. Downtime to be able to heal more on our alter ego side, because we're gonna be alter ego, endurance, and then 1 of each double, and that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which means we're 241. And let's try this. You know, if it doesn't work, we'll just change cards until it works. But it's fun trying new things, isn't it? So I'm just gonna sleeve the cards that are non-sleeved, because I only have sleeves for all the aspect cards so far. Because sleeves are sadly quite expensive, and it's quite a big game. And, but yeah, no. So it's I'm really looking forward to the next hero, Valkyrie. Like, it's for the people who don't know, like, I'm not gonna talk about any cards, but we got some cards spoiled. We got all the cards spoiled thanks to a Polish store who sold it early to someone, and she looks really cool. She looks like she's gonna be able to. They have some Asgard only cards that are like basic, which is gonna make Thor even better, which I'm really looking forward to. And that was all our player cards. I'm just gonna... No tag team, you please join. I'm just gonna move all my... cards into its box. Then I'm just gonna real fast do hire the gun. But yeah, so I'm just gonna talk a little bit about the villain. So for... if you haven't played that much Marvel Champions, or you haven't played, Green Goblin, it's basically a scenario where the villain also have an alter ego side, and he starts on the alter ego sides, and then he has a way to make you can make him flip, and that's when you can deal damage to him. This is gonna bite me in the ass. It's generally seen by a lot of people, including me, that it's one of the easier scenarios, which is very fun because the other Green Goblin scenario is one of the harder ones. Depending on but usually one of the harder ones. But I do like this one. It's very cool. I like stuff that it doesn't have to necessarily be difficult. It's just if it's a cool idea and they have that try new design space, I really enjoy it. So let's shuffle the Encounter deck, which this time is only the standard and risky business cards, because we are playing with the Infinity Gauntlet that we're also gonna shuffle. And we're gonna shuffle our... I'm just gonna do this because it's semi-sorted, so they're split up. But yeah, I really enjoy playing Nebula myself, so it's gonna be a fun stream, as I said. And as I also said earlier, I haven't never played her in non-Justice decks, so this would be fun. And I haven't faced... I've only played Loki, the required Infinity Gauntlets, like Loki and Thanos Infinity Gauntlets. I haven't tried on anyone else yet, so I think that's really cool. Okay. So before we draw our cards, let's just do the setup here. Wait, it says here, right? Yeah. Criminal Enterprise enters with 2 infamy counters. If there's 0, it flips, and he flips to Green Goblin, basically. And then when he attacks, he puts 2 here instead. And then when he takes damage, you remove from here instead as well. Now we flip this, and when completed, place 1 infamy counters on Criminal Enterprise. Then discard 1 card for each player for each infamy counter. And it starts with 2 on. And yeah, was there anything I was thinking of except fixing the life, because we don't have that many life. We have only 9 with this character. And then Norman Osborn actually have 18. So yeah, let's give this one more shuffle, and then let's draw our 6 opening cards. So let's see here. We have a Technique, we have Gamora, we have Blade, Endurance, and 2 Energy Spears. That's actually not... No, it's not terrible. Let's keep that hand. And yeah, good luck to us. So I'm gonna start by using Energy Spear to pay for Cutthroat Ambition, which will let me draw 2 cards because of cybernetic upgrades. It's Boot Camp and Nebula Ship. Ooh. Yeah. I might just play this semi-slow. I'm gonna throw away Gamora and Boot Camp. to play Nebula ship. I am gonna exhaust Nebula ship to play Endurance on Nebula to gain a 3 health. Thank you, Brant, for the good luck. We'll see how it goes. Some days are just better than others, you know. We're gonna flip to hero, and we're just gonna start by, I think, it's fine with the threat. I'm just gonna start by let's open strong. Actually, no. That's stupid. Let's just because right now I have the choice that either I attack him and remove these, which means he's gonna flip, and I know for a fact that when he flips, I take more damage. And then he can attack me all of a sudden, which I don't really want before I have a board state. If I remove threat, my Cutthroat Ambition here is not gonna do that much more than just give me the 2 cards, but I think that's fine. So I'm just gonna exhaust to remove 2 threats. From there, which means that's the end of our turn. Let's ready everything. Let's draw up to 5, 3, 4, 5. This is actually quite perfect. Ooh. Okay. So yeah, it is the villain phase. 1 threat on the main scheme. Instead of attacking, he puts 2 threats on, or 2 infamy counters on criminal enterprises. And that is an activation, which means since we don't have... So this one says, force response. After attached villain activates, resolve the special ability of each Infinity Stone in play. Otherwise, put the top card of the Infinity Stone deck into play. So we have the Time Stone, which means next time it activates, we're going to discard the top 4 cards of our deck and play a threat on the main scheme for each different card type, discarded this way. And then place this card in the Infinity Stone deck discard pile. And this is our encounter card, and we got Collapsing Bridge, which means we need to remove the 2 threat from there before we can remove from Hostile Takeover. That was probably the weakest thing we could pull, because it's literally a blank. Because now when it's our turn, we have a forced response that we have to remove 3 threat from a scheme, which we can use to remove the Collapsing Bridge. And we actually, like, literally removed 1 more threat because of it. And, yeah, which means we continue here. I was thinking that... I might flip to Alter Ego mode. The Time Stone is scary. Could definitely, like, fully... So what I want to do, I really want to play Blade and then be able to play an Honorary Guardian and then have an Energy Spear on him, so every time we use him, he's going to deal 4. I mean, we had to spend so I didn't go through it before, but Blade has a 1-cost ally, 1 thwart, 2 attack, but doesn't take damage, and he has 3 health. But then after he thwarts or attack, I have to spend a physical resource or discard him. But if I can punch that up to 4, it's going to be worth it all. Like, it's going to be 4 damage for 1, basically. Always having in my hand, you know? And yeah, but I also want to, I can't flip right now. So I'm considering playing Evasive Maneuver to be able to confuse the enemy so you can flip next time. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to exhaust Nebula ship to play Evasive Maneuver. And then I'm just going to keep my hand. I'm just going to bias 1 turn. And then I'm just going to hit Norman for 2, which we remove 2 from the criminal enterprises. And that means we're going to ready everything. I'm going to draw another card, which is First Aid. Yeah. Which means it is the villain phase. 1 threat on the main scheme. And then he's gonna attack, which does this instead. And then actually this one is going to activate, so we're going to discard the top 4 cards of our deck and place a threat on the main screen for each different card type discarded this way. So I'm just going to 1, 2, 3, 4. And we have resource, upgrade, upgrade, upgrade. So that is 2 threat on the main scheme, but that was a nice... it was nice cards, but it's 2 threat on the main scheme. And then Time Stone is in the discard pile. And then we get our encounter card, which is going to be a private security specialist that has guard. Which is actually fine right now. Which means it is our turn. And we are going to... we have to use this first, the special. Which is choose to either stun or confuse an enemy. And we are going to choose to confuse him. Just so we can take a turn to flip back, where I'll actually gonna start by thwarting away 2 from there, and then I'm gonna flip to alter ego mode, use Nebula ship to play Unyielding Persistence, which let me draw 2 cards thanks to that ability, which is As One and Lethal Intent. And I'm gonna spend As One this time, because I want Blade up. So let's throw away... I'm actually going to throw away Lethal Intent, which I usually don't want to do, to play Blade, which lets me play Honorary Guardian on him. Why did I throw away Lethal Intent? Oh, right. Then I'm going to throw away First Aid to play an Energy Spear on him, so he now has attack of 4. And then I'm gonna throw away this one that has a physical resource when he attacks to not discard him, and he attacks for 4, and he's gonna kill the private security specialist. And then that was our turn, so let's ready everything. I'm gonna have our allies nice next to us. And yeah, so let's draw our hand size of 6 again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But we have Lethal Intent again. We have Angela, Wasp, Combo Training, Groot, and She-Hulk. Nice though. That's actually some quite nice stuff. Yeah. So, villain phase. 1 threat on the main scheme. Then he was try to activate. But instead of activating, he does this. I don't know if you know this answer, Brent. I'm guessing since the confuse blocks the thwart, the scheme, he doesn't technically activate. So Infinity Gauntlet won't activate as well. Like, I won't bring up one. What do you think? Because that's actually an answer. I don't have that answer. Which would make a difference. But I'm going to continue. I'm going to see if you answer. Otherwise, I'm just going to continue like this. But I'm going to start with taking an encounter card. And the encounter card is going to be Oscorp Manufacturing. And then when revealed, if it's Norman Osborn, you reveal one more. You put one more threat on it, which is, yeah. Thank you, Brent, because that's what I guessed. Because it just made sense that if he's confused, it doesn't technically activate, so he won't use Infinity Gauntlet. But since you were here, I thought just double checking, because I could see an argument because that you would have to activate to get the confused to activate, but I agree, so that's good. Which means now it is our turn. And I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna start by playing Angela. Sorry, that was my phone. Angela, which means we're gonna search top 10 cards for a minion. And then if we can put one of them into play, engage with us. Oh, there are 2 minions. There's That's a good question. What do I want? I'm going to want I'm going to take the private security specialist. And then the rest is and that was also the one on the top, so that makes sense that it would be that one. But yeah. And which means we have Angela out, which means when S1 comes up, we can actually use it. I mean, we could use it with ourselves before, but what I am going to do is I am going to flip to hero form. I'm going to throw away Groot and spend Nebula ship to play a Wasp with 2 Pim counters on her, because you have to. So it's 0 cost ally, 1 thwart, 3 attack, 0 health, Aerial Avenger, and then she gets 1 hit point for every Pim counter on her, and then when she enters play, you put 1 Pim counter on her to a maximum of 3 for each energy resource you overpaid for Wasp costs, which I did with the Wild and the Wild here. So it's 2 health, so we can use her before. And then I was considering making him flip to Green Goblin, because we're starting to pack a punch. So I'm gonna use She-Hulk. Actually, I'm gonna wait with that. I'm gonna use Blade and spend a combat training to deal 4 damage and kill the private security specialists. And then I have +1 attack, +1 thwart, and stalwart right now. Then I am going to use 4 there. I am going to use Angela and Wasp that both take a damage to deal a total of 5 damage to Norman, which will remove those and make this one flip, and it comes in with 2 madness counters. And we flip Norman to Green Goblin, where he has 4 attack. And when he's revealed, we deal 4 indirect damage to each player. So what I'm gonna do is I am going to deal let's see here. I'm gonna deal 2 of that damage to Blade, and then 2 of that damage to my face, because we can afford it. And then it's like, when Green Goblin would scheme, remove 1 madness counter from State of Madness instead. And then if there's 0 madness counters, Green Goblin, you flip them back. Which means now, after we've done the indirect damage, I'm gonna spend She-Hulk to use Lethal Intent, which lets me do a special of Unyielding Presence, which is gonna give me a tough status card. And then I'm actually gonna thwart away 3 there. And that was our turn, so let's ready everything. Let's draw up to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sidearm, nice. And Weapon Master, nice. Wide Stance, Downtime, and Century. Which means it is the villain phase. 1 threat on the main... 2 threat on the main scheme because of Osport Manufacturing. And then Green Goblin is gonna attack us for 5. And then I'm just gonna take it because I have 6, which means that's in our tough status card. And then the next Infinity Stone is the Mind Stone, which is gonna confuse us. And if we are confused, we're gonna discard a card at random from our hand. And then we get our Encounter card, which is gonna be another Private Security Specialist. Of course it is. Which means it is our turn. Which means we have to spend this to start to get another tough status card. And then we have some choices to make. I'm considering of using Wasp to... I'm just gonna do it like this. I'm gonna use Nebula Ship to play Sidearm on Wasp and use Wasp when so she dies to deal 4 damage to the Private Security Specialist. And then I'm gonna throw away Sentry to play Weapon Master, which means she has to retaliate 1 and special deal 4 damage to an enemy. And then I'm gonna use Blade to punch for 4 on Green Goblin and throw away downtime to not discard him, which means 4 damage there. I am going to use Angela to deal 2 more damage to him. And then I'm going to use myself to thwart 2, but from where? I'm going to thwart 2 from there, actually. I mean, I know it's going to come back, but it would be 4 otherwise, so yeah. Which means that was our entire turn. So let's ready everything. Let's draw up to 5 cards. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Well, there's a lot of... yeah. Okay. Great. Which means 2 threats on the main scheme. He's gonna attack me, which I'm taking to my face, which is going to be a 5 again into the tough status card. And because I have Weapon Master out, he's gonna take a damage from the retaliates. And then Mind Stone is gonna activate, which is just gonna which is gonna make me confused, which I put there. And then I get my Encounter card, which is the villain attacks me. He has a 4 in attack, which means really max is usually 3, so that means it's gonna be 7 at tops. But if I take it, he's also gonna take another damage. No, I'm throwing Angela under the bus. Angela's gonna defend, and he attacks for 7. So that was definitely, or yeah, he attacks for 8 even because of Infinity Gauntlet. So that was definitely the right choice because he doesn't have overkill or anything. So that means it's our turn, which means I'm gonna start by dealing 4 damage to him thanks to Weapons Master. And then I am going to yeah. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna spend energy to play as 1 Exhaust an Avenger character, which he is, and a Guardian character to deal X damage to an enemy where X is the combined attack of those characters. which means it is 2, 4, 6 because of that. And since it's an exhaust and not like it's not him attacking, it's not gonna activate his ability. And if he took consequential damage, he wouldn't take it as well. So we're gonna deal 6 damage for 2. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Which means he's down to 1 health. As 1. I mean, I'm not even gonna try to do anything about it, but I'm going to I'm gonna flip back to alter ego mode. Use Nebula ship to play wide stance, which means I'm gonna draw 2 cards. And then I am going to play combat ready to shuffle 2 technique upgrades from my discard pile into my deck. And I am going to use Unyielding Persistence. And then I'm actually going to take Weapon Master as well. Which means we shuffle them into our deck. And that was that. Am I interested in all of this? Yeah. I mean, I could, but it's, I mean, how many cards is here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We haven't seen the second Weapon Master, so it's guaranteed that I draw a wide stance if I don't have any cards on my hand. And I'm gonna risk it to get the biscuit, or whatever you say in that thing. No, I'm not. I'm just gonna end my turn here. Which means I'm gonna ready everything. I'm gonna drop to 6, 4, 5, 6. An Honorary Guardian. Bent. Combat ready. As 1, wide stance, lethal attempt, and strength. That feels like a good turn. It is the villain phase. It's 1 threat on the main scheme. 2 threat on the main scheme, never mind. Then he's gonna scheme, which means he removes one of those. And then, of course, he activated Power Stone. You are stunned. If you were already stunned, take 3 damage instead. So, yeah. And then we're gonna take an encounter card, which is gonna be double surge, basically. Hired Gun. Choose either give the villain 1 face down boost card or place 2 infamy counters on Criminal Enterprise. So we have to give him a face down boost card, sadly, because we can't put it on Criminal Enterprises. And then the next one is Private Security Specialist. So it's a nasty, like, team up of stuff, but it could be worse. Which means I'm going to do this. It is our turn. I'm going to start by using Combat Ready to discard cards from the top of the encounter deck until you discard Technique Upgrade, put that upgrade into play, and resolve its special ability. Cutthroat's Ambition. That is actually great, because that means, because it's a thwart, which means it's going to remove the Confused. But I'm not going to be able to remove 3 threat with it. But that is actually quite fine. Then I'm gonna throw away Honorary Guardian to play another wide stance, which lets me draw 2 cards. Drex for the first aid, of course. And yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do. So, let's flip into hero form. And then let's exhaust Nebula ship, throw away first aid and lethal intent to play Drax. And then we're just gonna open up by using strength and use as 1, which means these 2 attack together. exhaust an Avenger, and then deal X damage. So it's they don't take any damage. His attack only minions doesn't count, which means that's 4, 5, 6, 7, and it has overkill. So I'm gonna kill the private security specialist, and then the overkill is gonna bleed down to the villain. So he gets down to 0, which means we go down to the third version, which means I have to take myself 4 damage, which is nasty, but I survive. And then I myself, in my form, I'm going to remove 2 threats from the main scheme. I exhausted, I'm going to remove 2 threats from the main scheme. Just to keep it on track a little bit. Which means that was the end of our turn. Let's ready everything. Let's deal ourselves a face down encounter card. And yeah. Let's see what's happening in our hand now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have a Godslayer, Groot, Boot Camp, Sidearm, and Combat Training. Okay. Which means it is the villain phase. 2 threats on the main scheme. And then he's gonna attack me for 4, 5 with Infinity Gauntlet, and these 2. I mean, technically the top is 11. Which would be a one-shot. The chance for it to both of these have one of these having 1 and one of these having 2 is pretty high, which means that would be another 3, 4, 5. That's 8, which I still wouldn't survive, even though I reduce everything by 2. Thanks to wide stance. So I'm thinking about sacrificing Drax. Yeah, I'm gonna just let Drax take it. Oh, actually, I should have taken 2 less damage. Because, remember... No, each attack. Never mind. And then, of course, he's supposed to have health. He's 22. And, but yeah, no, I'm gonna just let Drax take it. I would have survived. I would have survived. That's only 5 damage. Oh, well, Drax is dead. Sorry, Drax. Goodbye, Drax. And then remove Infamy Counter, which means we flip back to Criminal Enterprises, which means it starts with 2 there again. And then Hired Gun is going to attack me for 2, which I'm not going to take any damage. I'm also going to get stunned thanks to the Power Stone. And then we have double encounter card. This was my old one, this is my new one. So the first one is the villain attacks you, and the villain is going to attack me by putting 2 infamy counters on Criminal Enterprises. And then the second one is Shadows of the Past. Which of course means that we are going to begin the Nemesis set. Which I'm just going to sleeve real fast because I didn't sleeve it with the other stuff. And of course, her Nemesis minion is Gamora. And then Forced Interrupt when this minion wouldn't play, discard a Gamora out from play. And then after Gamora attacks and damage you, choose and discard an upgrade you control. And then Self-Preservation gives Nebula -1 to all of her basic stats. And Gamora gets +1 attack and piercing. Another attack against piercing. Which is very, very nasty. And then we're going to see these 3 later when they get shuffled in here. Which means now it is our turn as a Nebula. Which means We're gonna use Cutthroat Ambition first, which is gonna remove 3 threat from a scheme. I'm gonna remove those. Yeah, right. No, I'm gonna remove those 3 from Oscorp's Manufacturing. Actually, because that's way too annoying. Then I spend 1 of the white stances to look at the top 3 cards in the encounter deck, discard 1 and put the others back in any order. I'm gonna remove Old Rivals. And then I'm gonna put them in any order, doesn't really matter, because I have another white stance, which means I look at the top 3 cards. And Lethal Weapon, Touchable. I'm gonna do it like this. I'm gonna remove the Lethal Weapon. I'm gonna take this one on top as the boost, and then All in a Day's Work as the... Oh wait, he's not gonna get a boost, is he? Unless I flip back to Alter Ego mode. Am I gonna flip back? I might flip back. But no. So I'm gonna let All in a Day's Work be on top. So yeah. Which means now it is our turn. I'm gonna exhaust Nebula ship, Godslayer and Bootcamp. To play Groot. Then I am going to use actually Groot to hit. Yeah, I'm actually gonna for once use Groot to hit, which never is a thing I do. But most is I can deal 2 damage to Gamora. Yes, 2 damage to Gamora. And then I can use Blade and throw away Combat Training to not discard him, to kill Gamora, which is very nice. Then I'm gonna use Nebula. I'm gonna actually exhaust her to just remove the stunned, which is a sidearm in my hand, and I'm gonna ready everything, and then drop to 5. First aid, Gamora, 3, 4. First aid, energy. Okay. Guess I'm not gonna complain about that. Which means it is the villain phase. 1 threat on the main scheme, which means we go up to 5 here. And then he's gonna put 2 more criminal enterprises. Hired Gun is gonna attack. I'm gonna defend with Groot, because he deals 2 damage, Groot takes 2 damage, and then after he defends against an attack, he heals 2, so he's not gonna take any damage basically. And then I get my encounter card, and that is the All in a Day's Work, which put 2 infamy counters on criminal enterprises, which means it is our turn. And after, of course, after he activated, he got an Infinity Gun. Space Stone. Discard cards on the top of the encounter deck until a minion is discarded. That can be bad because we don't have too many minions. But anyway, Nebula's turn. I don't really want to bring out Gamora because I don't have a technique to get out. Yeah, no, it's interesting. But yeah, no, I'm going still energy first aid to get Gamora out just to have an ally, even though it's not useful at all. Then I'm gonna exhaust Nebula ship to play first aid, remove 2 damage from Groot. Then Gamora is gonna take a damage to thwart 2 away from self-preservation. Even though that did give my Gamora +1 attack as well, of course. But I don't really want that because it nerfed me too hard. Which means now I can use Blade and throw away that one to not discard him to kill the hired gun. And I'm gonna use Nebula to remove 2 threat from the main scheme. And that was our turn. So let's ready everything. Let's draw up to 5. Let's see what we got. We got Evasive Maneuver, Weapon Master, Cutthroat Ambition, and Strength. We might want to flip back soon, so we'll see. Villain Face. 1 threat on the main scheme. Nice. He puts 2 infamy counters here. Less nice because it's starting to rack up quite a bit. And that's like the thing with this. It's not difficult, this part. It's just annoying. And then he's going to activate Space Stone to discard cards until we see a minion. If we see a minion. Pay off on his work. Exactly. This is the problem. Hired gun. Okay. Which means I get to either give him a face down boost card, place 2 infamy counters. I mean, he has so many infamy counters. So why not just add some more, you know? Oh, I dropped one, so let's just do that. Okay, which means it is our turn. We are going to turn back, actually. We're gonna start with 3. I mean, we're gonna start by throwing away Strength to play as 1 to exhaust Blade and Groot to deal 6 damage with Overkill on the hired gun to deal 3 damage into the Criminal Enterprise pool there. Which means this is how it looks. I'm gonna use Gamora to remove 2 threats from the main scheme. He schemes for 4, 5, 6, 7. It's too high a chance. I'm gonna exhaust Nebula as well to remove 2 more threats. And then he can, if this is a 3-up, he is gonna just punch through that. But I can't do anything about it because I just want to flip back to Alter Ego, use Nebula ship to play Evasive Maneuvering, which lets me draw 2 cards, which is 2 lethal intents, of course. I'm gonna use one of those lethal intents to play Weapon Master. And that was my turn. So let's ready everything. Let's drop to 6. 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, actually. Which means it is the villain face. 1 threat to the main scheme. Yeah, actually that is enough. 3, 4, 5, 6. That is exactly enough to punch this. Which means place 1 infamy counter on a criminal enterprise if you cannot. Yeah, so this one has 3. So, and added 1 more. So then we should discard 1 card for each infamy counter. So 3, 6, 9, 10 cards from the top. Whoo! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We have 2 cards left. And then this one goes through. Oh, it's another encounter card. I totally forgot about that. And it starts with 1 on top of it. I totally forgot. Also, this one should be shuffled through. And we should have one of those. And since he did activate, he's gonna show the Soul Stone, which is heal 3 damage from him. And give a face down boost card. Which means it's that we do. And then we get our encounter card, which is going to be a private security specialist. Yeah, criminal enterprise is supposed to be there. Soulstone can actually be here, can be an active one. And then, yeah. Great. Which means we have our turn again. And we are going to start by using Nebula ship to pay for Cutthroat Ambition. We'll just have to draw the 2 last cards, which sadly is going to give us an extra encounter card. Actually, we should have had an extra encounter card thanks to that. I'm stupid. So that's one is another private security specialist. And this one is our next one because we reshuffle this one. It's just a small deck right now. So yeah. So let's see what I want to do. I'm going to start by I'm going to tap to recover 3. Just in case, you know. Flip. And then I'm going to play... It feels bad not to play Energy Spear, right? I'm gonna throw away Sentry. Oh, Sentry would be great to have Energy Spear on, though. But that is so expensive, especially without Nebula ship. Yeah, we actually don't even have spots to do that. Yeah. So let's just do this then. Let's throw away Sentry, sadly. To give an Energy Spear to Groot. Because Groot is hopefully going to stick around a little bit longer. I'm also going to do an Honorary Guardian on him, which doesn't give him the trait, but it does give him 1 extra hit point. Which I think is very important for him. And, yeah. Then I was thinking of just... Yeah, actually. Could have played Downtime before to heal more. But that's just the kind of person I am. That's how I get +1 attack, and attacking is ranged. Piercing, yeah. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna throw away Downtime to play Unyielding Persistence. Then I'm gonna throw away No, I'm gonna throw away Lethal Intent. It doesn't do any difference. So yeah, Downtime to do that. It's either that or I don't exhaust Blade. Doesn't do any difference, really. I'm gonna use Gamora. No, I'm not. This is a thinking game. Yeah. I'm gonna attack with Blade. Throw away Sidearm to not discard him. Kill one of the private security specialists. And then I'm actually gonna deal 2 damage to Groot. To kill either private security specialist. Then I'm gonna kill Gamora to deal 2 damage to the villain, which is going to heal with the Soul Stone. Actually, no, he doesn't, because that's not how it works. Is this how it works right now? And that's gonna be my turn. So let's ready everything. Drop to 5, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, sorry, I'm show the wrong one. So it's Cutthroat Ambition, Godslayer, Wasp S1, and Lethal Intent. Villain phase. 1 threat. 2 threats, actually. So that's how it speeds up. He's gonna put 2 more here, which lets Soul Stone, which means he would heal and give himself a face down boost card, but he's gonna get the boost card. Then we get 2 more encounter cards. So let's start with the one I have already, which is Collapsing Bridge, which is a crisis icon. Then, Bitter Rival. Gamora attacks you if no attacks were made this way. This card gains Surge, so it has Surge. Then we have the Villain Schemes. Shite. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There we lost. 8 even with Infinity Gauntlet. Shite. Yeah. Well, we lost there. But it's still early enough, so we're gonna just start another one. I'll see if I can. I'm gonna try to have better tempo this time. And then we should remove Nemesis set. Okay. And then the Infinity Gauntlets should be shuffled. We should bring everything back to the deck. But I do kind of enjoy this kind of thing, you know? Wait. Yeah, no, I really actually like this kind of aggression deck where it's very ally focused. I said it's the first time I've done anything like it. So, yeah. Which means the villain should go down to... Oh, it's... I should switch villain as well. 18, right. So yeah, let's draw our opening hand of 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's see what we have here. We have Wasp, Boot Camp, Evasive Maneuver, an Honorary Guardian, Combat Ready, and Downtime. I don't want Boot Camp and I don't want Downtime in my opening hand, so I'm just gonna draw 2 more cards. Combat Ready and Sidearm. Okay, so good luck again. Throw away Sidearm. Did I forget anything here? No, I didn't. Okay, good. Throw away Sidearm to play Evasive Maneuvering, which gives me 2 more cards. Honorary Guardian Strength. I'm gonna use Combat Ready to discard cards into a discard technique. And then play that technique and use a special. Unyielding Persistence, which is gonna give me a tough status card. That's a nice thing to have. And then I'm gonna play another one, sorry. I'm of course gonna play the second one as well. Because I had two. Zagora, I have a ship, S1. Weapons Master, which lets me deal 4 damage to an enemy. I don't really want to make him flip to start, do I? Yeah, you know what? You know what? F it. It's fine. Let's just make him flip to start with. What can go wrong, you know? Famous last words. So I am going to remove this and make him flip immediately, which means I take 4 damage, which is going to be in my tough stats card. And then I'm going to put 2 madness counters as well. And then actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw away both honorary guardians to play Wasp, which means she has +2 health. And then I could just stay 1 turn in alter ego mode and hope State of Madness doesn't. But what is it gonna do the difference? It's gonna make 1. It's gonna change an attack, and then I'm only gonna deal 2 damage. So yeah, I'm actually gonna do that. So I'm gonna use Wasp, take a damage on Wasp, deal 3 damage to the villain, and I'm actually gonna stay here with these. Which means I'm gonna ready, drop 6, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That actually not a terrible hand. I mean, S1 is gonna disappear, but you know. Villain phase, 1 threat there, which means that one goes up to 3. He tries to scheme, he does that, but he's gonna bring 4 of Mind Stone, then I get my encounter card, which is his. Okay, I'm just gonna turn him back to Norman Osborn immediately. Okay, but that's fine. That was like, it's fine. I lost. I dealt 3 damage for that whole thing, and I got Wasp out. You know. Now it is my phase again, and I don't have a technique upgrade to play, so I'm going to flip this time into Nebula. I am going to. I'm gonna play Energy and Strength to get the lovely, sorry, it's supposed to be the lovely She-Hulk back, and then you know, I'm just gonna play Angela, which lets me search the top 10 cards for a minion. Hired gun, no private security, dude. Doesn't. Yep, actually, hired gun. And then put 2 more here. That's fine. And yeah, that's actually quite perfect. Because that means now I can use Wasp to kill herself, to kill the hired gun. Yeah. Then I have Nebula, She-Hulk, and Angela. I can tap Angela and deal 1 damage to her to remove 2 infamy counters. I can exhaust She-Hulk to take 2 damage to thwart away 2 threat from the main scheme. Because she wants to be damaged. Because I didn't read it through, I think. 4 cost ally, 2 thwart, take 2 controversial, 1 attack, and then 4 health. Then she gets +1 attack for each damage token on her. She has 3 attack right now. And I want to save both of these. And then I'm going to use Nebula to just remove the last threat there. And then we're going to ready everything. 2, 3, 4, 5. That's nice though. That's quite nice. So, villain phase, 1 threat on the main scheme. We are going to he's gonna try to attack, but he's gonna put that there, which means I'm gonna be confused, sadly. And then we get an encounter card, which is gonna be double surge. So we have private security specialist and exhaustion. So we have to exhaust. This really ruined my day. And then get another surge and discard top card of your deck for each infamy counter on the criminal enterprise, which is 4. Let's discard 4 cards. 2, 3, 4. Not too bad. Which means it's our turn again. And I was planning on doing stuff. And actually I couldn't get the confused. So, because it's stalwart. And then I'm gonna get a tough status card. It's my choice what I want to give him. And I want to give him a stun on that one. So he's stunned. And I do 4 damage to the lovely lover private security specialist. And then I have stuff I can do. I mean, I can play Blade then. I'm gonna throw away Godslayer. To play Energy Spear on Angela, which means she punches for 4. I am throwing away Lethal Intent to play Blade. And then I'm just gonna attack with She-Hulk to deal 3, which also gives her, so she has 4 attack now, but she only has 1 health. But yes, which means that now it is the villain phase actually, because I'm not gonna use the rest. So let's ready everything here. No, I am gonna use that is that, but I'm gonna use Angela to just no, I'm not. Am I? Yeah, I am. To shoot him down here, which means he is going to flip. Which means he deals 4 indirect damage, which is going to go into my tough status card. Actually, I'm going to take, yeah, it's going to go into my tough status card. Then, it is his turn, and he's going to, well, we're going to ready all our cards first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Which means it's the villain phase, 1 threat on the main scheme. He's gonna attack us. I'm gonna let Blade take it to the face, which is 5. Only 5 damage to Blade. Blade is dead. And then I'm going to draw my encounter card. Well, first I'm going to draw its Power Stone next, which is stunned, and then we draw Inferiority Complex. I could remove it from the game. Yeah, I'm actually gonna do I want to? Yeah, I do. I want to flip an Exhaust, which will remove it from the game actually instead of that. And then here, I can now. It's my turn, so I'm gonna play Throwaway Combat Training to play Cutthroat Ambitions, which lets me draw 2 cards. Yeah. Which lets me flip back into hero form. And then I'm gonna discard Wide Stance and Groot to play as 1 and exhaust Angela and She-Hulk to hit for 4, 8 damage into him. He's done 7 health. And then I'm gonna save the next ass one to be able to do the same thing next turn. And that was my turn, so let's ready everything, draw 3 cards. Energy Spear, First Aid, and Weapon Master. Which means it's the villain phase, 1 threat on the main scheme. Oh, I forgot, he was stunned last time. So it would have been completely different. But I'm gonna pretend that he's stunned now, because that would have made a big difference. I would have gotten that one better, actually. So yeah. But we're gonna go with that it was done now. I totally forgot about it. That's what I was even thinking that when I did it. So yeah. Let's just use the stun now and not let him activate. That's gonna be my decision. It might not be. I mean, I made a mistake, and this is my decision how I'm gonna deal with the mistake I did. Which means I'm gonna get an encounter card, and I have to give him a face-down boost card. So it might bite me in the ass, but yeah, that's my decision. Which means it is my turn. I'm gonna throw away Cutthroat Ambition, which is gonna remove 3 threat from a scheme, and which means it is our turn here. Okay. I am going to try to I mean, I could flip to Alter Ego and let him remove 1 State of Madness counter. That might be worth it to start drawing some cards. But I could also make him flip first. Make him flip. Deal 4 damage to me. That's gonna be the deal. He can flip his 7. So I'm gonna do that. Use S1 to exhaust those to deal 8 damage, which is gonna make him flip to his next side, which has 22 health. I have to take 4 damage. Then I can flip to Alter Ego mode. I'm gonna throw away Cutthroat Ambition to play Weapon Master, which is going to let me draw 2 cards. And that actually makes a difference, because I'm gonna use First Aid to play Endurance to get 3 hit points. And I exhaust myself to get 3 more hit points. And that was our turn. Let's ready everything. Let's draw our 1 card, which is a Lethal Intent. Get our encounter card. Shuffle our deck. then draw 5 more. 2, 3, 4, 5. No ass ones, sadly. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Another. Well. I mean, I guess we're gonna use that one many times. Anyway, it is the villain phase. Which means there's one threat on the main scheme. Instead of scheming, he removes one from there, which is still an... Oh, actually, it's Power Stone, so I'm gonna get stunned. The higher gun actually thwarts. And there should be one from the start, and not there. I get my second encounter card. My first encounter card is Collapsing Bridge. My second one is Oscorp Manufacturing. Okay, which is very, very nasty combo. And that was their turns, which means it's our turn. And yeah. Wait. I have a kill, I think. Yeah. Yep. We have a kill. No, we don't. Well, we're going to have next turn. But it's just going to be one annoying turn before. We're flipping. We're using Nebula to remove the stun condition. Then we use Sidearm to play one lethal intent, which is choose one technique and use a special, which means we do 4 damage to the villain. We're gonna throw away Wasp to play a lethal intent to do the exact same thing. We're gonna throw away a Strength and lethal intent to do the same thing. Even though we overpaid. I'm gonna use She-Hulk's last attack to deal 4. I'm gonna use Angela's last health to deal 4. If we weren't stunned, I would have killed with Nebula there. But it is gonna be the weapon master next turn, so I just have to defend basically. So it's ready, drop to 5, even though forced aid, sidearm, blade, evasive maneuver, and cutthroat ambition. And then we come here, which means that it's going to be... It might one-shot us, actually. I mean, it's just... It's like... I think that was the most efficient way to... I like risking it, you know? So. 2 threat go on the main scheme, up to 5. And then he's gonna attack me for 5 plus whatever this is. I'm gonna exhaust, so that's down to 3. 4, 5. So he deals 5 damage to me. And then the hired gun deals 2. So as long as this is not an attack card, which I'm gonna move here, the villain schemes. I think that's actually fine. No, it's not. I mean, it is. Which means he's gonna remove his... Actually, that's gonna be Soul Stone as well. I forgot, because he activated. He got Soul Stone out. Now he gets to activate again, which is gonna flip him to the bastard. Alter Ego side. He's gonna have 2 here. And then he's gonna get to heal 3. Thanks to this. Which means it's our turn. So these cards actually help. Deal 4 damage to an enemy. I mean, that is going to have to be kill the hired gun. I think that advance actually might have lost us the game because we're in a very, very bad situation right now. I mean, one option is to do this. It's not the smartest option, but it is a option. Throw away Cutthroat. Yeah, throw away Cutthroat Ambition. To play First Aid to heal ourselves too. Throw away evasive maneuvering to play Blade and use Blade to attack without losing him, which will make him flip, which means I'm gonna take 4 damage. But then I flip to alter ego. I think that's what I'm gonna have to do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Boot camp sentry, Groot, combat ready, first aid, combat ready, yeah. Which means it is the villain phase. And this one advances immediately, which is going to make... Then discard 1 card from each player deck for each infamy counters. Which means it's 0. So nothing, and then just doubling that card. He's going to try and scheme, which will remove that. We're going to get 2 encounter cards. But he does activate, which means it's Reality Stone, which is discard an ally, upgrade, or support control. Which means, of course, he gets the security thing. And attacks the hero with... If no attacks are made, it's where you discard against Surge. The villain schemes. And, of course, he flips back. Oh, just frustrating, you know. Let me actually start with 1. This is just turning into pure frustration right now. I mean, use combat ready to discard cards to find an. There we have wide stance. I get to look at the top 3 cards. I'm gonna do it like that. Remove the private security office, this thing. And then I'm gonna do a combat ready more. Which can be give me a tough status card. That is gonna be really, really, really useful. Then I'm actually going to use First Aid, Sentry, and Boot Camp to play Groot. And then I'm going to use myself to recover 3. And then I'm going to flip to hero mode. And then I'm going to be ready. Draw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. As 1, Weapons Master, Wide Stance, Nebula, Ship, Drax. Yeah. Okay. Which means now it is the villain phase. 3 threats on the main scheme. And then we are going to He's gonna do this. I have to discard an ally, upgrade, or support I control. I'm gonna discard wide stance actually. Then Private Security Specialist is gonna attack. I'm gonna let. I don't really want to take them in tough status card, do I? But I'm going to take them in tough status card. Which means now I get to draw this, which is, oh wow, place one infamy counter. What a shocker. Or place two, actually, when you pull it. It's because I forgot that. Yeah, that's great, actually. Which means it is our turn. Which means I'm gonna have to spend that one to give Nebula a tough status card. And then I'm gonna throw away Drax and S1, I think. Or Drax in wide stance. To play Nebula ship. Which I'm gonna use like that. To play Weapon Master. Then I'm gonna exhaust Nebula. To thwart 2. Away from Collapsing Bridge. Pew! Then I'm gonna exhaust Blade and Groot, and I'm gonna do that to remove 2 threats from somewhere, and it's gonna be Oscorp's Manufacturing. And that was our turn. Let's ready everything. Drop to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I forgot that we have an extra encounter card. I'm gonna remember this time. Oh yeah, that's true. That's nice. Villain phase. 2 threats on here. Is going to attack, which means add 2 infamy counters and also time stone. I'm gonna get my 2 encounter cards, which is gonna be payoff, which is another encounter card, and then 2 throw on that. And then Shadows of the Past. Yay. Which brings forward South Preservation. Gamora. And the last card is going to be a Private Security Specialist. Okay. Well, it's my turn. I'm going to have to spend this one. I'm going to deal 4 damage to one of the Private Securities. No, actually 4 damage to Gamora. Also, I should have taken 1 damage. Yeah, I should have taken 1 damage to remove a tough status card from the Private Securities who was already there. And then I'm going to actually play well, I can't play Gamora now. So that might actually be a good thing. Yeah, I don't know how to win this. I'm gonna use energy to use as 1, use Groot and Blade to do 4 damage with overkill to Gamora, which will kill Gamora. And deal 2 damage over to Norman Osborn, since the attack wasn't against him. Now I could play Gamora. And I'm going to do... I'm going to throw away Honorary Guardian in downtime to play Gamora. And then I'm going to exhaust Gamora, take a damage. To thwart away 2 from self-preservation. Then I'm going to use Nebula to thwart away 2 from payoff. No, I'm not. I'm not. Sorry. I'm removing 2 from there because Time Stone's gonna F me up otherwise. Which means that was my turn. I mean, I could have saved Honor Avenger because I could have done Nebula Ship, and then I could have put an Honor Avenger on Blade. Now we can just ready everything. Dropped 5, 2, 3, 4, 5, which means we're gonna shuffle the deck immediately. Hey Andre, it's nice to see you on the stream. Yeah, no, it's fine. Welcome. It's we're late in a game and we're at a bad spot right now. And we're playing Nebula against Norman Osborn / Grey Goblin. So Godslayer, Genius, S1, Cutthroat Ambition, and Combat Slayer. Okay, so villain face, 2 threat on the main scheme. He's gonna put 2 threat there. I'm gonna take 2 damage from the private security specialists. I'm just gonna take it to my face actually. We're gonna discard the top 4 cards of our deck, and it's an event, an ally, a support. So 3 extra threats on the main scheme. So we succeeded we survived with 1 for now. And then we have 3 encounter cards. Place 2 infamy counters, okay. Super annoying, but not the loss. Hired gun is also basically just gonna be a place 2 infamy counters. And then we have a lethal weapon attached to Gamora. If you cannot, attach to the villain. Discard an upgrade. Well, actually, Gamora is right here. Fun fact. So that's cool. Which means it is our turn. And we're still alive somehow. And we are going to... all of a sudden, Gamora hits harder than Groot. 5. I mean, we're gonna start by using Nebula Ship to get Cutthroat Ambition out. And then we're gonna play Genius to play as 1, I guess. No. Not I guess. Actually, no. I really want to, but we really need to use as much power as possible to thwart. So I'm gonna throw away S1 and Genius to play Godslayer for the future. Then I'm gonna use Groot and take a damage. Gamora, take a damage. 2. And then Blade not taking a damage, but spending that one to do 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm gonna use Gamora's to remove the 2 threat from payoff. And then the other 2 to remove 2 threat from there. And then I'm gonna use Nebula as well to remove 2 additional threats. That's just what we're gonna have to do. Okay. Let's ready everything. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's see here. Okay. Villain face. 2 threat on the main scheme. Also, Time Stone was supposed to be gone. He brings his health up another 2. Then these are Groot takes that one, which is not going to deal damage. These 2 are just going to go to my face. 1, 2. Then we draw 2 encounter cards. Also, this one is supposed to be Spistone. Oscorp Manufacturing. And there we lost. I mean, yep, we lost there. And that was that for the games today. Usually this one is not, Risky Business is not a difficult one. But I don't know, it was like literally like one of the few, we pulled some, like one of the few cards that could make us lose. And the Infinity Gauntlet made it worse, that it hit just a little bit harder and schemed just a little bit harder was annoying. And all, of course, these. Yeah, Andre, no, we definitely lost. And my rule is I don't start a new game if the clock is past 9, so I'm not gonna start a new game now. But yeah, we lost. As you see, we were 5. If you see right here, we were 5 health left on the villain, which we were very close to killing before we started pulling the literal one card that one of the few cards that could prevent us from killing him, and then it just stacked up, you know. But yeah, even though you didn't see a lot, Andre, I'm very happy you joined a little bit. Thank you for everyone else, and including Brant, who also was very nice that he was active in the chat. So thank you for that, Brant. And I'm gonna hope you all have a great week, and thank you all for a very fun stream. Bye.